Yeah, tackle as well. We're getting to more keys to this game. We'll give you our predictions. We'll go through some of your fan feelings coming up here on Locked On Sooners.
You are Locked On Sooners, your daily podcast on the Oklahoma Sooners. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Thanks again for making Locked On Sooners your first listen every single day. Shout out to all the everydayers out there. Tune in and subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. We're part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Yeah, Jay, the run game, run defense is going to be key in this one. And it comes back to also winning on third downs defensively. If you are able to get Michigan into some second and long, third and long situations, you got to take advantage of them, because you don't want to be in second and short, third and short, because that's right where Michigan wants to be. And so when you do get a good stop on 1st and 10 and you're able to hold them to a 2nd and 8 and then maybe a 3rd and long, that's where you have to win.
Oh, no, 100% agree. And then when you transition from there, when you get the ball, you're going to need to kill some time, kill some clock. Because that's basically what Michigan's game plan is going to be. They've got a young quarterback that don't want to put too much on his back. So their goal is to play keep away. Do not let John Mateer get on the field. The easiest way to beat a quarterback like a Tom Brady, like a Patrick Mahomes, right? Not saying that he's them, but saying when you got a team that's got a more experience and you feel like a better quarterback in today's game, you want to make sure that they just don't get on the field. The easiest way to do that is to establish a really good run. And so like we said, on the defensive side, you got to make sure you get them out of there. Oklahoma's done well in run stopping last season as well. Honestly, this year, Illinois State may have got some yards, but remember, they didn't have a drive longer than 24 yards. And so from there, we got the ball right back. So sure, they killed 3-4 minutes off the clock, but they only got 24 yards and they were punting it. If we can do the same thing and not allow the home runs, because if I'm correct, Michigan had 2 50-yard runs for touchdowns by Justin Haynes, which took up 100 of his 156 yards. So for the most part, he wasn't running all that great. He just found that hole and boom, was gone, which is one thing that Oklahoma's got to be prepared for, because he's a dude that he finds a hole, he's gone. We did that against Samson last year when we played Tennessee. We made sure he didn't break out. He finished the game 24 carries for 96 yards. And then Deshaun Bishop, the backup, who's now their starting running back, I think he had 60-something yards in that game. So they finished with about, just under like 170 yards or something like that in rushing. But Tennessee still struggled. That one big pass play is what they got that led them to that touchdown. And then from there, the defense did work. It would have been better if, we weren't fumbling the ball back. So if we don't turn the ball over in this game, John, I think we'll be fine in that capacity. So to me, defensive keys, make them not be able to run, keep, Bryce Underwood in the blender. But offensively, we need to keep the ball in our hands for a while.
And again, you have to make the plays that are there to make. Don't force it. If you have to punt the ball away, okay. You're punting it to a true freshman. Yes, it gives them the ball, but you like your chances making them drive the length of the field. So when you have an opportunity to hold the ball and make plays, you just got to convert. And again, don't turn the ball over. Don't put your defense on your side of the 50 to start a drive. Make them go 75, 80 yards to try and get a score. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to get from the run game this week. I don't know if it'll magically get better. It could. If you've got Michael Fasusi at left tackle and Heath Ozida at left guard and Derek Simmons at right tackle, you could get better. And if you have Jay Knott in the backfield, it could be better. But so much of this game is going to come down to John Mateer and how he responds to that Michigan defense. I need him to just kind of play within himself a little bit and just trust his instincts and go out there and make plays. Key passes over the middle. Find that success over the middle of the field, because that's going to open some things up down the sidelines for Keontez Lewis, for Deion Burks, where they were able to have some success last week. Make plays in the passing game. That'll also open things up for the run game.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. And John Mateer, play action, play action, play action. You get that bad boy going, it's going to be done. So I don't think it's going to be – I think Michigan's going to be tough overall. When you go back and watch the New Mexico game, there was moments where it looked like they were kind of pushed around. While at the same time, I know Michigan's going to come back in tough. It doesn't feel like they were playing their full game in that one. And so
they were playing with
Oklahoma,
their foot a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like they were just kind of like, we're playing with our food. That's what it felt like they were doing. They were playing with their food. Now, granted, it was 17-10, like and like going in, at the half. It's not good, but it did feel like they were playing with their food type deal. Like it's like, okay, this game was never in jeopardy. We just, we're seeing what we got. But you got to see Bryce Underwood throw some like real big boy throws. So for Oklahoma, it's going to be about masking that, it's going to be it's going to be striped out. So you'll have opportunities to kind of mask where your players are located. He'll be looking. He may see like crimson, like in the stands, and all of a sudden, oh my God, it's a crimson helmet. And it's interception. So hopefully we're able to leverage some of that stuff to our advantage. But the bigger thing though, really is I want to see what our secondary looks like in this game. Because I already know that we're going to be heavy on stopping their run. But, John, that has been our question, right? It looks like the secondary is leveled up since last year. I need to see that this secondary is one of the best in the country.
And they're going to be put to the test, especially in the run game. And this is where we're going to get to see Gentry Williams and Cortland Guillory. Are they the physical cornerbacks that everybody's talking about? Is Gentry Williams going to be able to fly up and make the tackle like he did last week? Does he have that same confidence, that same athleticism and aggression? If he does, then Oklahoma's going to be really good slowing the run down on the perimeter. I'm not concerned necessarily about Oklahoma giving up a lot of yards. It's a matter of, can they avoid giving up the big run, the big 50-yard run for a touchdown? If they give up 3-4 yards at a time and Michigan's still forced to drive the length of the field, I still trust Oklahoma's defense to make enough stops to force a punt, force a field goal, something like that. It's just don't give up the gash runs over and over and over. And then again, for Oklahoma offensively, got to find some big plays. John Mateer's got to find some big pass plays down the field to soften up that Michigan defense. Do that, and they're going to have a great chance to win this one, man. And as you look at this one, before we move on to fan feelings, Jay, how do you think that this one's going to play out for the Oklahoma Sooners?
I mentioned it in the first segment. My score prediction for this one, everywhere if you've seen me, I've done it at a few places. I did it even on our Locked On College Football show on Amazon TV. Go check that out. 25-15 Oklahoma. Same score from Tennessee. I think it's going to be that, and I think that that's exactly what's going to finish it up. 25-15.
Such a weird score.
Very weird. Very, very.
It's like we're playing rugby or something. I don't know. It's such a weird score. I'm going something similar. I'm thinking something like 24-16, 27-17. I do think Oklahoma has a chance to win this one by a touchdown or more. It wouldn't surprise me if this is a 3-point game either. Brent Venables isn't great at covering the spread during his time at Oklahoma. So there's a very good chance this one could be within 5.5, which is where the line's been at. So I'm going to change it up because of that. I'm going to go 23-17. It's going to be a little bit closer within a touchdown. They do cover, but barely in this one. And we get to see Tate Sandell kick a couple big field goals to get Oklahoma some big points late in the game to keep this one at arm's length for the Wolverines.
I love it. Let's go.
All right. We're going to get into some fan feelings going into Friday ahead of Oklahoma, Michigan on Saturday, coming up here on Locked On Sooners.